Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Once again, it's time for another episode of Diecast North's Galactic Hooligan. And as always, welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Every little bit actually helps my channel grow. Also, I would love it if you actually told all your friends about this show. I'm still trying to grow, and I really appreciate you all. If this is your first time, welcome to becoming a new Galactic Hooligan, a new Toy Hooligan, a new Transformers Hooligan. If this is your 49th time coming back, welcome again. I appreciate your solidarity, my brothers and sisters, and everyone in between. Today, it's time for another episode of It's Alive! It's alive! It's good seeing you all today. It's once again time for another Dr. Demon takeover. I appreciate you all coming in for me today. You know what? Norbs is okay. If you're actually wondering what happened to him, he's alright. Right, Norbs?
Help me! I'm definitely not okay.
There he goes. Anyway, let's get on with the show.
I need an adult.
Alright, now we're ready to go. Stethoscope all ready? Okay, now, let's get on with the show. Let's see what we're going to operate on today. Once again, it's time for us to travel back into hell. Medical drama hell. This is the story of our incredulous doctors and their hacks. It's time for another episode of Cybertron ER. Cybertron ER is where you actually get all of your hacks, and today we're actually going to be doing some major upgrades on a couple of fellows who should have actually gotten looked at a long time ago. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of upgrades that are actually coming in from Larkin's Lair, who I love. They are actually really great, but also, Larkin's Lair right here. And you can actually find him on his Etsy store. He's awesome, but also, there is another coming in called TF Lab, and he is fantastic, or they are fantastic. I don't know who's actually doing their designs. Now, on my last video, you already saw what TF Lab actually did with Braun here, and he's amazing all over, but he actually just needed a couple of things. These caps right over here are amazing. If he actually did more of this, I would be super impressed. It's so great. And I love the fact that it actually covers up this little flaw over here. They're really easy to take off and put back on again. But once they're actually back on, they stay on. And I'm actually they're not really hard to get off or anything like that. It's just that I'm actually afraid of losing these things because they're so small. Hold on, let me just show you what I'm actually talking about here. And not that Dr. Demon should actually have any fear or anything, but look, there we go. That's the little slot that you actually put these into. Once you actually put them in here, they really stay on, man. My God. But one thing that's actually great about this little kit is that it actually came with this little thing right over here. But you actually put it on his leg, and it fits on there really well. But the magic of it is this. This mode is always awesome, but this also bothered me a lot, and I know it bothered a lot of fans and everything, because what are you actually doing with this? Is he like a garbage compactor or something? Does he actually put things in here? You can actually still see his head. But I'll tell you one thing, once you actually put this little cap on, it pretty much solves all your problems. Yeah, it's a little bit of parts forming. This was a piece that I had actually gotten from his leg, but once you actually put that on, it actually really amazingly completes everything here. But it looks like, oh, also, hold on, let me show you this thing. This is actually great. Now, this actually puts everything into perspective over here. I love the fact that he actually has a hole right over here. Personally, one thing that I thought would have actually been better is that I would have actually moved this up a little bit just so you could actually get that hole right over there, because I kind of feel like that would have actually made things a little bit more stationary, but otherwise, it's brilliant. I really love this. I love the fact that it actually puts everything being complete over here. You know, there's some grid lines over here, but it's 3D printing, of course, you know, but this is just beautiful. And I love the fact that you can actually just do this. That's actually really, really great. A little bit of kikis will actually go a long way in stabilizing this. So thanks a lot for that, for that TF Labs. But now we're actually going to go into a couple of other characters, because right here we actually have Ratchet, still to be reviewed. I'm actually going to be doing that really soon. And Soundwave over here, which also needs to be very heavily filled over here. Like, we actually see all these spaces over here and everything. Yeah, it was actually cool that Hasbro left a little bit in here and everything as far as gears and that sort of thing. But the fact that these spaces are actually over here and everything, and don't get me started, I'm actually going to come back to things that Hasbro has done, because I was actually going to get, oh, I'm sorry, Norbs was actually going to get, he's not me. Norbs was actually going to prepare another review, and he actually had like a mishap that he's actually kind of angry about and everything like that. This is the first time I've actually seen him pissed about anything. So we'll actually fill this in right over here, and TF Labs actually found a really great way of dealing with this. Which one should I actually deal with first? I think I'm going to go with Soundwave first. So TF Labs actually sent everything in like a little baggie over here, which is just the right way to send things, right? You guys in the Weedland know what I'm talking about. But look at this. These are going to be great. There are 4 pieces right over here that fit into his legs, and they're actually both labeled with L or R, so you know exactly where they're actually going to go. And let's see, I'm going to put the first piece in. I think this is the left leg. Yeah, look at this. Right as soon as you actually start working with it, it already starts working and makes his leg look a lot cleaner than it actually did. The white is actually like a little bit off from the coloring of the actual leg altogether, but it actually makes a really, really great addition to your Soundwave here. And let's see here. Let's try to put this one in. Haha, let's try this again. And boom, there we go. And as soon as we actually do this, just gorgeous. Look at that. It's actually, for mine, it's a little off on the inside over here, but it actually fills in that whole entire gap. I really love the fact that they actually did this. And you can easily take it out if you actually don't like it or anything like that, but I think it's actually great. Let us go on over here. I'm actually going to fill in the left leg with this piece right here, and let's toggle it in. There we go. Oh, look at that. So much better being filled in, and it just really makes that leg look so much more solid. And let's go over here and we'll fill in the right leg. And let's see here. There we go. Gives like a slight slant into the leg and everything also. Bam. Haha, boom goes the dynamite. Look at that. That looks wonderful. I really love this. And now, Soundwave, in my mind's eye, is actually ready for review. So, that's actually going to be coming up pretty soon. You won't know how backed up I actually am and everything. There was a slight mishap that actually happened with the figure. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this. This is actually going to go into my talk of using clear plastic to secure joints and everything, so be ready. So now we're actually going to go into Doc Ratchet over here. He actually has a couple of pieces right over here in this baggie that's actually going to go into his arms, and it actually secures and makes him look a lot better. So let's just go over here and look at that. That looks great. And when you're transforming him, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of parts forming and everything, because these are not the kind of thing that you can actually use to actually transform him with or anything. But still yet though, that actually just makes him look so much more complete. I really love that. I just hope that I can actually find other pieces for the legs over here and everything, because like Soundwave, it looks like Ratchet actually falls into the whole thing with like needing support for his legs and everything. So one day soon, I'm actually gonna find the answer. But let's go into his wheels. I'm gonna transform him real quick, and then we are actually gonna take a look at how to fix those. And now look at this. Just a gorgeous figure altogether. I'm going to have Norbs do a review on this real soon, because this guy is actually close to perfect and everything, you know? Like the way he actually just compacts so well, it's great. But what about this? What about the wheels? Like, I love the fact that TF Labs actually thought about covering these pieces right over here and right over here, because it actually just makes the underbelly of the car just like look that much more amazing, and doesn't look like there are any hollow spaces over here or anything. But we actually still have these wheels. Well, thanks to little baggies, now we have a way of ultimately fixing these wheels. Look at that already. Like, that is great. Ah, look at that. Just looking totally Cybertronian style. And I'm gonna put on the rest of the wheel covers right over here and over here. Just amazing. And it's just a small little upgrade. It's actually just like a piece that you actually put on here. Ah, man, if I actually had a 3D printer, you know? But like, look at this. This guy actually has just the right stuff here to complete his look. And now he even looks more like science fiction. That is great. Oh my God, look at that. That's actually wonderful. And his ambulance with a machine gun and everything. Oh, like, look at this. It's like a crime-bulance, right? I don't know. Patent pending though, if that works, you know? But look at this. This actually looks so awesome. He looks like science fiction now, and he actually makes the grade. I love it. See, Perceptor? Now that's how you operate. I'm so sad. What? What do you mean? I would operate, but spill it out, man. Can't you see, Ratchet? Look at him. Somebody stole his backbone, man. His backbone. Wheeljack, get him ready for surgery. And with that, Doc Ratchet and his band of surgeons are actually going to start working tirelessly in order to get Perceptor back up and running again. But that's actually thanks to Larkin's Lair here, where you can actually find him, and you can actually find TF Labs on the Etsy, mostly the Etsy. That's where I actually found him. But with that, they actually dive in, adding a little bit more backbone into a Perceptor. Larkin's Lair actually gives us this little piece. It's such a simple thing, and I don't understand why Hasbro Takara couldn't have actually put this just included a back onto him and everything like that. There are so many other people who are actually making this, but I don't think it should have actually been a piece that should have actually been made. I think it should have actually been included on Perceptor. And what you do is you actually use this port right over here to simply hold on. You use this port and this peg to simply just put this on, and how elegant is that? Now Perceptor is really the Perceptor that we could have actually wanted and hoped for. He looks great with this. But because Larkin's Lair is actually the bloke he is, he also gave us a couple of these things right over here, which shouldn't have even needed to be done or anything like that, and the color's just slightly off. We actually have like a little bit of a more paler blue, along with this brilliant blue over here. But you know what? It's actually okay, because this actually adds a lot more playability onto them and everything. I think that actually it looks great. And look at that, that's beautiful. But that's not all. Want to know something? I think Larkin's Lair really loves the 80s. I think he really loved Perceptor as like maybe when he was a kid and everything like that. He might have actually had a Perceptor. So not only did he actually give us these two pieces right over here for his wrist, not only did he give us a back, but you know, like Hasbro's gun is actually great and all, but Larkin's Lair actually decided to make this little rocket launcher and everything. It doesn't fire or anything like that. It just looks cool. And you know what? I didn't even remember that he actually came with this or anything like that. So like this was actually just like kind of a great add-on and a great nod over to like the older version of Perceptor. And now Perceptor is now 108% complete. He is really, really nice. And the fact that what you can actually do with him in microscope mode is actually really great too. Taking Perceptor into microscope mode, when it comes down to those arm pieces in microscope mode, you really don't need those arm pieces or anything like that. And it's actually really covered well over here and over here. Bravo, but whoa, look at this. There's this empty gap over here. And this is actually absolutely where Larkin's Lair actually comes shining through. He actually brings in this piece right over here. You just install it. I want to say you set it and forget it, but that's pretty much what you actually do. You put it all over here, and then you put the other one on the other leg. So what you want to do is slide this piece right in here, and just let's do this, and then there he goes. And once you actually finish doing that, you have excellent coverage right on those legs, and they are fantastic. Like, look at that, beautiful, and really brings a lot to making his microscope a lot more 100% and everything. You know, like that's actually really great. I really think that these Larkin's Lair upgrades are actually fantastic and really well worth it. And thanks to the godforsaken talent of egomaniacal Ratchet and crew, we can finally say, ha 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 ha, it's alive, it's alive! Look at that. These guys are great now. And I'll tell you, 100% better, not 100%, 100,000% better. I'm actually glad that we actually got these upgrades, and they are finally complete on these figures. And now with Soundwave and Ratchet, I feel like I can actually do a different and probably a more positive review on them. So there we go. And now, thanks to Dr. Ratchet, we can actually give these guys a 100% clean bill of health. But come on, you couldn't give them a bullet or anything like that. Like, oh, jeez. Anyway, let's check these other guys. 100% certified live. That's good, Ratchet. You've actually kind of like left a malpractice suit behind you, you know, didn't you? Good old Ratchet and Wheeljack. This is the Team Supreme right here, you know? But I'm glad that we actually found such amazing upgrades for these guys, and these are wonderful. Thank you to TF Labs and to Larkin's Lair as always, because these guys actually really make some great stuff, and I can't wait to see more. So that's it for me today. Dr. Demon signing off until next time for another It's Alive. I love doing these. I love doing these upgrades. But anyway, so remember, be kind to everyone. Treat everybody kindly. I think that's what Norbs would actually say, you know. I just like that guy. Anyway, so be kind to everyone. Treat everyone with kindness. Make that flow through. Blah, blah, blah. Also, when these stop being magical, that's when he'll stop collecting. I'll talk to you soon.